Good morning. So, here today I want to talk about one of the frequent issues that come up during the third trimester. Now, often during the third trimester, some mothers find that they have a return of the heartburn that they may have experienced during the first trimester, or they may find that the heartburn is something new that they are experiencing, and it can be very uncomfortable and very difficult. Now, of course, the baby has grown, and frequently in the beginning of the third trimester is when you feel the baby's kicks most strongly. And so uh, the baby's kicking, and the smaller space that your stomach is able to take up, your intestines being squished out of position, all these can affect your digestion and your appetite. And while the growing baby needs regular sources of energy from the food that you eat, you may find it hard to eat. And you may even find that you have less of an appetite, and the foods that you do eat may cause a lot of heartburn, which may cause you to worry about what kinds of foods you're eating. Um, One of the things you can do to to alleviate this problem is, of course, as your doctor will tell you, to eat smaller meals more frequently. Uh, from Ayurveda, we know that heartburn is often a sign of a great deal of pitta in the body. And this is only natural and it is necessary during pregnancy, as the pitta is responsible for a strong digestion and for a strong metabolism that you need in order to sustain your baby and yourself during the challenging time of the third trimester, which is also a time of a lot of growth in the baby, when the baby physically grows a lot. So, um, uh, that's how we think about it from the Ayurvedic perspective. So, the pitta time during the day is between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And again at night, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., you have pitta again. So you may find that during these times, you tend to have a much sharper appetite, but you also may tend to experience heartburn a lot more. That you may fall asleep and then you may wake up around midnight with some heartburn, and things like that. So here's a couple of tips that you can incorporate to reduce the heartburn. One would be to definitely eat a larger meal at 10, and then eat a larger meal at 2 in the afternoon, because these are times where you are able to digest your food very well. And then in the evening, as we move into Vata time, you want to have a snack in the afternoon um, that is, rather than crackers, biscuits, or toast, or many of the crunchy things that we often take, or even nuts that we often take as snack. You want to have something soft, warm, and cooked, and mildly sweet or sweet tasting, such as a cup of oatmeal, a cup of rice pudding. Definitely keep the added sugars low as usual, but you can sweeten it with banana. You can sweeten it with a little bit of jaggery, which adds some iron to your diet. You can add a few seeds, such as flax seeds, into it. You may instead choose to have a bowl of um, cream of wheat. You may choose to have rice pudding. You may choose to have a banana smoothie. You may choose to have some, um, you know, porridge of any kind that you make, maybe a soup, nourishing soup. With a lot of grains in it. So, something with whole grains in it. If you have gestational diabetes and you're unable to have a lot of grains, a bowl of quinoa, which is mildly salted and with a mild amount of digestive spices like cumin added to it, it will definitely be helpful. If you are experiencing heartburn, do avoid adding any red chilies, any black pepper, any ginger, to your meals. If you add them, add very little bit, and notice the effect, because these can often make the heartburn worse. So you want to avoid these things. And finally, I'll show you something for your middle of the night heartburn that's keeping you up at night and not letting you lie down. You can try this simple breath anytime in the day or at night when you're feeling heartburn. And it's like this: you roll your tongue into a tube and then you breathe in, and then you breathe out normally. So here it is again. You roll your tongue into a tube, breathe in, breathe out normally. You can do this about 10 or 15 times. That should be plenty. And it sort of feels like eating an ice cream, because this breath is extremely cooling. It feels like you've just swallowed some nice cool ice cream without actually eating the ice cream, which may even cause you more heartburn. So you can do this at any time during the day. If whenever you feel like you have a few minutes, it will cool your body down in general. And of course, you can do it at night. At the very least, it will help you to calm your racing mind and bring a little cool to your body, and hopefully settle you a little bit. So this is a very easy and simple thing to do. Do it anytime, and it will cool your body down. If you're unable, as some people are unable to roll their tongue into a tube, they are unable to, there is an alternative. What you do is you get your teeth together and you make a large smile, and then you breathe in through that smile. So like this. Breathe out normally, right? Breathe out normally. So do you see that? So you press your teeth together gently, and then you allow the air to swish in through your gums over your palate, and you kind of make it a slightly tight so the air has to whistle through, and then you breathe out normally. And people might find it funny when they see you doing this, but again, 10 to 20 repetitions of this one, maybe twice during the day, because it is slightly less cooling than the breath. But you can choose either form. You can do both forms, and this will help to cool down your body and help to overall make you feel a little bit better as you are in the last months of your pregnancy. So hope that was helpful, and thank you for watching with us. And if you need more tips, please look at lifecirclebirth.com, or search for us on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, and we will bring more of these tips to you. And of course, we share these videos with our clients. So yeah, all the best with your pregnancy, and I hope you have a smooth and safe and easy birth.